All right, here at One Jets Drive with our buddy, of course, that is Sal Paolantonio from ESPN, who is covering his what training camp?
29th.
29 years, still looks tremendous, still on top of his game.
I don't know. I got a lot of gray hair here, EA.
Sal Pal, what did you think about what you saw out there on the practice field today?
Well, obviously, I love the energy. It's so different under Robert Saleh. You know, a complete regime change, a complete attitude change. There's a lot of charisma going on with the coaching staff and the quarterback. So that's the tremendous big picture change. You know, I've been through a lot of it here in Florham Park. Kind of reminds me a little of Rex, Ryan, for sure. And the way Rex just infused this team with a sense of, energy and enthusiasm. So I would say it's not dissimilar, except that Robert is very understated. Yeah. He has a quiet charisma about him, and you can just tell that the players are responding to it immediately. So that's my big picture overall sense of where this team is, and that's a really good thing.
You had an opportunity to actually sit down with him for a couple minutes. What did you glean from that conversation?
Well, the first headline that I got is command, natural command, that I think will be infectious. And you could just tell he's super approachable. And that's great. Not talking about for the media. I'm just talking about for the players and the coaches and the staff here. He's setting a tone that is going to be, I think, is going to settle in this team long term, not just in the short term. It's going to calm things down here, where things were so frenetic year in and year out. I think he has a sense of calm and charisma that's really going to help this team find its base, a solid foundation from which to build.
You're describing the perfect leader for a young roster, right? Because this is the youngest the Jets have been in 2 decades at this point.
Right, and he told me, EA, that last night after Friday's practice, he had a one-on-one conversation with Zach Wilson. He brought him aside and said, listen, you're going to have days like you had on Friday. Now, that was his first practice for Zach Wilson. So I saw a lot of my former brethren in the newspaper business, saying he had a shaky start. He just was off a red eye and signed his contract and is out on the field, and he only had 14 reps. So, I mean, come on, give the kid a break. But Saleh said, listen, there's going to be a lot of oohs and ahs, and you saw it today in practice. Everything number 2 did. It was good, it was bad, whatever it is. And he told him, you're going to have those kinds of days. You got to deal with the ebbs and the flows.
Yeah, ebbs and flows. You said it right there. Today, he had a lot of highs out there. Do you like his game as he's about to embark on his NFL career?
Sure, the skill set's there. Yeah. Elite arm talent. Ball comes out effortlessly with great velocity and spin. Can't teach that. You can't really develop that at this point. It's a natural, I would like to say, a pitcher's throwing motion where the ball is quickly released. No knock on Sam Darnold, but Sam had an elongated, slower release. This ball comes out. You saw that bubble screen that he threw sidearm perfectly, that allowed not only, I forget who caught it, I didn't catch the number, but it allowed the receiver to get quickly to the sideline behind his blockers and get 10, 15 yards down the field. The 80-yard bomb to Elijah Moore. Right. Whether that was busted or coverage or not, you still got to get the ball there, EA. Mm-hmm. And you got to get the ball there quickly. And the ball came quickly to Elijah Moore. You could just tell the ball has great velocity and spin.
Do you like the way Joe Douglas is building this roster, specifically talking about the offensive line, the defensive line, the O-line? He addressed it in the first round last year with Mekhi Becton. Then he comes back, he trades up for Elijah Vera Tucker, of course. He signs Morgan Moses in free agency on the defensive line. That might be the deepest position, I think, on the entire roster here for the Jets.
And it's going to allow them, I agree with you, and it's going to allow them to compete long term, knock on wood. Right now they're settled on the left side of the line. They've got to develop the right side of the line. The defensive line is going to be there. And I just like, when I asked Robert Saleh today, effort, technique, violence. Those are the 3 things that he's trying to impart on his defense. Because I said, what is going to be the definition of the Robert Saleh defense 2021 for the New York Jets? And he said, what we like to talk about in the meetings behind closed doors is effort, technique, and violence. So now it's out there in the public domain.
Sal Pal, we appreciate the inside information as always.
Thank you, EA.